and then there were none. Landscape with Sphinxes by Karen Anderson. The pride was a small one, even as sphinxes go. An arrogant black mane blew back over Arctanax's shoulders, and his beard fluttered against his chest. Ahead and a little below soared Morhona and Selissa, carrying the remnants of the morning's kill. It was time the cubs were weaned. The valley lifted smooth and broad from the river, then leaped suddenly in sandstone cliffs where the shadows seemed more solid than the thorny gray-green scrub. A shimmer of heat ran along wind-scoured edges. In the tawny rocks about the eyrie, the cubs played at Stalk the Unicorn. They were big-eyed, dappled, and only half-fledged. Taff, the boy, crept stealthily up a sun-hot slab, peeking around it from time to time, to be sure that the moly blossom still nodded on the other side. He reached the top and shifted his feet excitedly. That moly was about to be a dead unicorn. The tip of his tail twitched at the thought. His sister Fiantha forgot the blossom at once. Pounce! And his tail was caught between her paws. He rolled back down on top of her, all claws out. They scuffled across baked clay to the edge of a thorn bush and backed apart. Taff was about to attack again when he saw the grown-ups dip down from above. He leaped across Fiantha and bounded toward the cave mouth. She came a jump and a half behind. They couldn't kiss Morhona and Selissa because of the meat in their jaws, so they kissed Father twice instead. "Easy there, easy," Arctanax coughed, but he was grinning. "Get back into the cave, the two of you. How often do I have to tell you to stay in the cave?" The cubs laughed and bounced inside. Selissa dropped the meat she had been carrying and settled down to wash her face. But Morhona...
Hello and welcome to this channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for daily videos. And if you like the video, please do not forget to like and share the video. Thank you.
Morhona called her cubs over to eat. She watched critically as they experimented with their milk teeth on this unfamiliar substance. "Hold it down with your paw, Fiantha," she directed. "If you just tug at it, it'll follow you all over the floor. Like Taff. No, Taff, use your side teeth. They're the biggest and the sharpest." And so the lesson went. After a while, both cubs got tired of the game and nuzzled for milk. Selissa licked her right paw carefully and polished the bridge of her broad nose. There was still a trace of blood smell. She licked and polished again. "You can't rush them," she said rather smugly. "I remember my first litter. Time and again I thought they'd learned a taste for meat, but even when they could kill for themselves, only conies and such, but their own kill, they still came back to suck." "Oh, I remember how put out you were when you realized you still had to hold quiet for nursing." Morhona smiled lazily. She licked down a tuft behind Fiantha's ear and resettled her wings. "But I really hate to see them grow up. They're so cute with their little spots." Selissa shrugged and polished the bridge of her nose again for good measure. "If you want to call them cute, with their wings all pin feathers and down shedding everywhere, well, yes, she had to admit they were, in a way." She licked her paw once more, meditatively, put her chin down on it, and dozed off. An hour later, Fiantha woke up. Everybody was asleep. She stretched her wings, rolled onto her back, and reached her paws as far as she could. The sun outside was dazzling. She rubbed the back of her head against the cool sandstone floor and closed her eyes, intending to go back to sleep, but her left wing itched. When she licked at it, the itch kept moving around, and bits of down came loose on her tongue. She rolled over on her stomach, spat out the fluff, and licked again. There, that did it. Fully awake now, she noticed the tip of Arctanax's tail and pounced. "Scram," he muttered, without really waking. She pounced again just as the tail tip flicked out of reach. Once more, and she had it, chewing joyously. "Scram, I said," he repeated with a cuff in her general direction. She went on chewing and added a few kicks. Arctanax rolled over and bumped into Celissa, who jumped and gave Fiantha a swat in case she needed it. Fiantha mewed with surprise. Morona sprang up, brushing Taff aside. He woke too and made a dash for Celissa's twitching tail. "Can't a person get any rest around here?" grumbled Arctanax. He heaved himself up and walked a few feet away from his by now well-tangled family. "They're just playful," Morona murmured. "If this is play, I'd hate to see a fight," said Celissa under her breath. She patted Taff away, and he tumbled enthusiastically into a chewing match with Fiantha. "Go to sleep, children," Morona suggested, stretching out again. "It's much too hot for games." Fiantha rolled obediently away from Taff and found a good place to curl up, but she wasn't the least bit sleepy. She leaned her chin on a stone and looked out over the valley. Down there in the brown-roasted grass, something moved toward a low, stony ridge. There were several of them, and they didn't walk like Waterbuck or Unicorn. It was a queer bobbing gait. They came slowly up the ridge and out of the grass. Now she could see them better. They had heads like sphinxes, but with skimpy little manes, and no wings at all. And... "Father, look!" she squeaked in amazement. "What kind of animal is that?" He got up to see. "I don't know," he replied. "Never saw anything like it in all my born days. But then, we've had a lot of queer creatures wandering in since the glaciers melted." "Is it game?" asked Taff. "Might be," Arctanax said. "But I don't know any game that moves around in the middle of the day like that. It isn't natural." "And the funny way they walk, too," added Fiantha. "If they're silly enough to walk around like that at midday," Arctanax said, as he padded back to an extra cool corner of the cave, "I'm not surprised they go on two legs."
If you want more stories like this, subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for notification. If you like this video, please do not forget to like and share, and do write a comment on it. Thank you.